Questions. We'll start with Joe Bettner with the Norman transcript and then go to Eric Bailey. Joe?
Hey, Spencer. Saturday, you and the offense played a mistake-free game. I'm curious what you guys are maybe doing to combat some of the interceptions and the fumbles. Have you done anything in particular to try to right that?
Really just keeping our focus, just more being more. Really just being more focused on everything, especially with my play, just, taking what the defense gives me. When those shots open up, we'll take them. But just running the offense, and we all trusted it well that last game. So, that's our goal every practice, and then definitely going into this game this week and future games.
Thank you.
Eric Bailey, Tulsa World, and then Jason Kersey.
Start to his college career. Can you talk about the working combination you have with him? And then also, where can you guys improve in the pass game as a duo?
When Marvin came in, we knew he'd be a special guy for us. Just that relationship grew just throughout, I guess we could say our 1 or 2 spring practices and then throughout our OTAs and fall camp. But, yeah, he's a great player. He's still young, so he's got a lot of stuff to work on, but he's doing a great job, and he's a great weapon for us. And then to make that relationship better, I think it'll just come over time. More games, more practices, it'll come naturally. But all the receivers, they're doing a great job right now.
Thank you, Spencer.
Thank you.
Okay, Jason Kersey with The Athletic, and then Ryan Aber. Is Jason on? He might not be on.
Doesn't look like it, Mike.
Okay. Yeah, let's go to Ryan.
Yeah, Spencer, wanted to ask you about Theo Wease. Obviously, been a big target for you all the last couple of weeks. What to you is maybe the most important thing that Theo brings to this offense, and where do you see as his room for growth here just in the future?
I wouldn't say anything specifically he brings to the offense, but he brings, he's an all-around package. He'll go up and get it. He can outrun his defender, box him out, go get it. He runs sharp routes. He's very, very high IQ receiver. He can really do it all. Room for improvement. Just like everybody else, we all got to work on, what we have to work on, but, that'll come over time, and we're perfecting that craft every day.
Appreciate it, Spencer.
Okay, let's go to Kerry Murdoch with Sooner Scoop, and then John Hoover.
Hey, Spencer, I'm curious, when you see that, former OU quarterbacks like Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray kind of had the weekends that they did, and everybody across the country is talking about, knowing that you're in their shoes now, is that, for you, is that something inspiring, or is that something that you don't even want to really pay much attention to just because you're in a, totally different place right now as a quarterback? And
yeah, I definitely, see these games and learn from them. But, at the end of the day, I'm focused on what I'm focused on, getting better with my team and, making my game better and this offense better. So, you can definitely take bits and pieces of what they're doing, see it on film, see it in the game, what they do, because they've been in the same system, same coaches, everything. So it's great. I guess you could say it's inspiring watching those guys play, and then being in, the position I'm in right now, it just makes me grateful for it.
Did Lincoln ever take any time and show you kind of their days at Oklahoma on film, or do you I don't know, have a catalog where you can go back and look stuff like that up?
Oh, yeah, we got film all the way back to Baker's first year. So, whenever I want to go see, one of the practices or a game, we got that film to look at. And we definitely looked at, things they've done and what we can do to implement that in my game and in this offense.
Thanks, Spencer.
John Hoover with SI Sooners, and then James Hale.
Hey, Spencer, I think we've got Jeremiah coming up on the call here in a little bit, so I wanted to ask you about that position in particular. Having guys who, 3 or 4 guys who can play 3 or 4 positions at any point on the field gives you guys advantages, and personnel groupings allows you to exploit mismatches and things like that. From a quarterback's perspective, what's that like? Everybody likes the fast receiver and the jitterbug running back, but tell me about having versatile weapons who can really do kind of anything.
Yeah, Jeremiah specifically, he can do it all. He's not the fastest guy, He's a big guy. He knows how to get open. It's just his feel for the game, his feel for the routes we have him on, and his blocking assignments. And when he runs the ball, he just got a great feel for it. So, being the quarterback, that makes your job easier because, the defense might be looking for that deep shot with, a fast guy down the field, and they might forget we got a H-back sliding out. So, just having him and a couple other guys that, can do the same stuff helps a lot with our offense.
As much as those guys move around at different positions, do you find that the defense is often confused by where they're at or where they're going or what their assignment might be?
Yeah, a lot of the time, we got, a lot of different, formations with them. So, we just try to use them as much as we can.
Thanks, Spencer.
James Hale, KREF, and then Caleb McCurry.
Spence, I love the fact that you attacked downfield, that you took a lot of shots downfield in this game. I know that's one aspect you got to love about this offense, but talk about this part of the offense and the ability to get chunk plays as much as you can out of this offense.
Yeah, I mean, that's my favorite type of play, just letting it go down the field.
Right.
But, like I said, you take what the defense gives you, those shots will open up. And when our running game has been, good like these past couple games, it definitely helps. So, big shout out to the running backs for making my job easier and the receivers' jobs easier. And then to the O-line, just blocking for that protection for us to get the ball out down the field. There's nothing more fun than a deep shot. But, yeah, we got it all.
So the play action really sets it up?
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks, Spence.
Let's go to Caleb McCurry with OU Daily, and then Keegan Renault.
Spencer, you mentioned that you immediately knew that Marvin Mims was going to be really big for this team. I mean, what were you seeing out of him when you first saw him in the offseason? And at what point in the offseason did you know that he was going to be a big deal?
Well, before he even got here, I hosted him for his visit. And I didn't really know much about him, but I think he finished out his high school career, and I saw he broke, I think he's the leading all-time Texas receiver. So, that by itself is super impressive. And then when he got here, he was just balling from the jump. I mean, just how he picked up on, the plays and learned the offense, and then just how he runs. I think he ran a 4.3, when he got here or something like that. But the Joker's fast. He can get open. He catches the ball well, has a great IQ. So he's a great weapon for us.
Thanks, Spencer.
Okay, Keegan Renault with Sooners Wire, and then Jenny Carlson.
Yeah, Spencer, after the second touchdown to Marvin Mims, you pointed towards the sideline. Was it something that Lincoln had shown you, during the game, after the game, or is it you just pointed to the sideline, or something was pointed out to you, or what was the reasoning behind that?
Oh, I just look at the sideline and look at some of my boys and, pointing at them. I'm just having fun out there, really. It's just something in the moment. Just have fun with it.
Thanks, Spencer.
Jenny Carlson, and then Brandon Drum.
Hey, Spencer. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. I hope your Arizona blood is handling this ice storm okay.
I'm trying.
So are we. Hey, it's been 4 years since Baker took the team out to Texas Tech and had that crazy shootout with Pat Mahomes and the Red Raiders. Were you aware of that game? It was a night game like you guys are going to have on Saturday. Do you have any memories of that whole thing?
Not that game specifically, but I remember Kyler's game up there a couple years back, watching that game. I knew it was back and forth, and I've heard a lot about that stadium and how their fans are and, how that team comes out playing at home. So, we got to be prepared for anything. So, yeah, we're just preparing as much as we can to go down there and play.
Lincoln said earlier today that night games, Saturday night games, you kind of gets the juices flowing a little bit different. Is that true for you? And what is it about that time slot that feels different?
Just playing under the lights overall is just fun. And I think every player likes to play under the lights on big time game on TV. So you just got to embrace the moment, go out there and have fun with it.
Cool. Stay warm.
I will.
And Brandon Drum with OU Insider.
Hey, Spencer. You talked last week about wanting to play on the road and you just enjoy it. Can you walk us through how Saturday and just how comfortable you felt out there? And then have you started to notice the game?
You might have froze up a little bit towards the end of that question.
Oh, I asked if you the game has slowed down for you between each and every game. Have you noticed it starting to slow down between your reads and starting to pick things up a lot quicker?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think game by game, I feel more comfortable and comfortable. And playing on the road, your emotions can be high, but I just try that last game. I just try to stay, at an even narrow. I wasn't too up or too down. That's I felt like that was a big part of, you know, you know, how I was able to play, smartly and making those right decisions. And then overall as a team, I think we were just all locked in on our assignments and playing 11-man football. So, yeah, we went out there and had a blast doing it, and hopefully we can do the same thing this Saturday.